everyone, welcome to Craft Addict K. I'm Carla. Sam is not here today. She's not feeling very well. She's got a sinus thing. We're not going to get into that. And Rachel is here this weekend because it's her birthday. She'll be 24 tomorrow. Today is October 8th. And this is our September wrap-up video. So I'm going to forewarn you, September was a record month for me for stitches. Did a grant that I've ever done. So it's a lifetime record for me. I'm really excited to share with you. Also, there's a lot of haul today. So if you're interested in haul, fabric, and all the extra patterns and all the stuff, I will save the haul for last. So with that being said, I hope that everyone enjoyed last month's video. I forgot to tell you and decided after when I was doing the editing that I was going to share some pictures from a retreat that I went to. So I threw some pictures in there of other people's whips or finished projects and thought it was a nice thing at the end. So if you haven't seen it, pop back over to the August wrap up and take a look. I was with the group of the Western PA Eastern Ohio Facebook group. Their next retreat is scheduled in March, first weekend of March. I believe they are full, but I do believe that they are still taking names because we do tend to get last minute cancellations. Anytime you do a retreat or go to a retreat, don't lose hope if you don't get in right away because they do tend to have last minute cancellations. So always ask if there's a waiting list. I'm also really excited because I'm going to be doing a kind of an informal stitching again. Samantha and I were doing that before COVID hit in Butler, Pennsylvania, and we were going to the Panera, and we're trying something here November 5th. If you are in the Butler area and you may be interested, PM me. I can give you some more details. Right now we're just keeping it to like 10 local people because it's a new location and I just want to see how things work. But if everything goes well, we may open it up to be a bigger event. So that's exciting. I don't know about you guys. I get so excited. So September, I had two different events. One was a sit and stitch with Stitching in the Berg. They are a Facebook group as well, and they are based out of Pittsburgh. And they typically meet up on the fourth Saturday of the month, and they go to a church that's local to them. There was probably about 30 of us there. It was fun, a little crowded, a little loud, but I mean, it was fun. We did a potato bar and people brought things to go with the potatoes, and you know, it was neat. They had a freebie table. They had a table that was set up for Salvation Army. One of the women are one of the, I think, like the ladies auxiliary, and so they give her cross stitch stuff to bring to retreats so that they can sell, so that the Salvation Army can get the money back. Or the money for those items. And it was ranging anywhere from 50 cents to $5. So, of course, I visited that table. So that's part of the haul. I visited the freebie table. That's part of the haul. And Tiffany with Black Cat Stitchery was there. She is based out of Pennsylvania as well. And I had ordered some bags from her. I purchased some bags from her while I was there. And I left her with some material. She's going to custom make me some bags, that some of which will be gifts and others will be giveaways in an upcoming video. So whenever I get them. Yay. So exciting. So what are we doing? Since we talked about giveaways, let me talk about that, because if you're here because you tried for the giveaway last month, I tried a new app. It's a YouTube app that is a random comment picker, and I was able to go ahead and do those before I started the video today, because we know Carla's function is a little rough behind the ears, we'll say, when it comes to technology and doing it on camera. So I did, looking for my phone, because I did take a snapshot of who the winners were so that I wouldn't forget, and I want to be able to show you. So the first one up for the giveaway, and I want to get this out of the way first, only because this is going to be a long video on haul. So the first one up was the pucker brush. This is the pattern. It's a Master of the Skies is what it's called. It's a paper pattern, and wow, this place isn't even around anymore. West Sunbury, PA, called Wood and Needle Crafts. So this is a local, but to me, local, but no longer in business, that sold this pattern originally. It's sealed. It's never been opened. And in order to be considered for that, you needed to put the word master in your comment. And 2 people were trying for that. And the winner is Candy Lovejoy. So Candy, PM me your email address, or not your email address, your mailing address, because I know that we're friends on Facebook. So that would probably be easier than sending me an email. So Candy Lovejoy, congratulations on your win. I also have, my chair's creaking. The other one that came up was for Precious Moments Book of Clowns. And the winner of this Precious Moments Book of Clowns was Daniela Drexen. So Daniela, make sure I know that you are in my No New Starts travel group, so I know I have your mailing address. So I think I just mailed you a prize you won in that group recently. So I will look. If I don't, I will reach out to you. Then I said in our last video, if anybody would like a random floss drop pick, kind of my pick, I will send it to you. There were 2 people that put their name in, or put the word drop in their comments, and I decided I'm going to send floss drops to both of you. So the first one was Daniela Drexen again, so I will put that with your Precious Moments. And the next one was Dawn Duval. So Dawn, you comment on a lot of our videos. I know you watch them. You're very you're a regular viewer of our videos, and I appreciate that. So I was really excited to see that you came up. So Dawn, I don't believe I have your mailing address. So if Dawn Duval, if you want to either PM me your address or email me your address, I will get out your floss drop prize. That's exciting. I like doing giveaways. I really do. And if I knew for sure I would have the bags this month, I would go ahead and do a giveaway for the bags this month, but I'm not 100% sure. So, okay. So I'm not going to do that. So let's talk whips. So I want to do whips, and then we're going to jump into the haul. So I talked in, I want to say it was in July. July I had 19,125 stitches. And I was testing a theory because I didn't work on a lot of different whips, but I focused in on some strategic whips, we'll call it. So then I decided in September I was going to try the same thing again. So I worked on 7 projects. I did a total of, get this, drum roll, 22,128 stitches. That is a lifetime record for me of stitches in a month. I'm very excited and proud of that. There was a lot of different events going on. I stitched every day in the month of September. I had 2 different stitching events I went to. One was the Sit and Stitch in the Berg, and the other I didn't talk about was a small get-together with mostly family and friends, Grace Notes Fabrics. Here's their shirt. They were there. Her, Colleen, and Corinne were both there. Hannah from Hannah Dowling was also there. Cindy with Farmhouse, Flossies, and Such was there. And a new to you I haven't talked about before, Bendel's Boutique, which is my niece who does print work. So I'll show that soon because I'm getting thirsty. And I got my cup today and I'm really excited. So it was a great weekend. If you watch Hannah Dowling, she's talked about we gnome bombed her. My sister Sherry gnome bombed her. And really my sister can be blamed for that retreat because it's in an old, not an abandoned church. A church that has been repurposed. It's no longer a church. Someone purchased it. They turned it into a kind of a crafter's getaway. It has 2 rooms. There's 4 single beds in each room. There's a big open area that has your crafting area and your kitchen. And of course, bathroom, shower, that stuff. We ring the bell at noon and we've stayed there before. It's called the Hemmed Inn. And it is in, I want to say, Claysburg. That's not right. I will try and look it up, but I know it's in the Hemmed In, and it's in Indiana County, Pennsylvania. So it's very centrally located for all of the attendees. So it was pretty cool. Samantha was there. My niece Allison was there. Cindy was there. Sherry was there. I think there was 8 of us. So that's the drawback. There's only room for 8. But it was cool. John came from Grace Notes Fabrics and stitched with us for a couple hours and then went home, and that was fun. So it was a good time. So, I hope I didn't kick that. Sorry, I know that the light's reflecting and I'm trying to, you see me bob and weave. It's because I catch that it's reflecting off my glasses and I'm trying to not have the halo light on my glasses. So I can't, I'm trying. I'll just put it that way. All right, let's get to the whips because that's what you guys want to know. That's what I want to know. And then we'll hit all the other stuff. All right. So I had 2 finishes in September. I've already had 3 finishes in October. They're probably all in this same container. So I'm going to share it with you just because we're already into October and I'm doing Knocketober. Funny pun. With No New Starts 2022. And that's where we're trying to get projects that are close to a finish finished. And so I organized my whips differently this past month. And in the process of doing that, identified whips that I forgot that I had that never made it to my whip list that now are going into empty spots things that I finished. And the second thing that I realized is that I have many that were close to a finish that I just need to sit down and put the stitches in. Like I have one that's completely done. It just needs backstitched. So, and I still don't have it done, but I'm going to make sure it's done before the end of the month. So I don't want to carry it into next year. All right, so let's talk whips first, and then I'll do finishes, I think. So I got a basket here beside me, and I want to start all the things. And okay. Well, let's start with this one. All right, so this is Cross Stitch Nation, and in Cross Stitch Nation, I did 1,831 stitches, I think. This one might be a little off because I got off balance. Most of you know this one, you've seen it. I am doing this as a round robin, but not a round robin. So everybody that's on here are people that are friends of mine, and we have been doing a spin of the wheel as to who gets picked every other month, and that person gets to pick which character they are and what colors they want to be. So this is me. I was the first month. And then this is Crystal Rowe. And Crystal Rowe has a Flosstube channel as well. There's a spot here that will be Sarah King from Sarah's Stitching Adventure, I think is the name of her channel. I forget. I can picture it in my brain. This is Hannah with Hannah Dowling. This is Colleen with Grace Notes Fabrics. And this is Corinne, the mom, with Grace Notes Fabrics. Now, the pattern has a gentleman that is supposed to be in here. Unfortunately, somewhere, and I think I messed up down here somewhere, I didn't leave enough space for any gentleman to be in there. And we were using the man that's in our projects to be the men in our life to represent them. And it's really cool to see, like Hannah put a jersey on hers and a baseball hat, and so it's really cool to see everybody's different takes. I will not have my husband Nestor on mine because there's no space. I kind of toyed with the idea of having him kind of be in the background, but I don't want to mess with that. So I just have to stitch Sarah, and then this will be a finish for this year, which was fun. It was a lot of fun, and I am doing this on a Fortnite Fabrics called So Vain. It's a 32 count even weave, and there is quite a bit of it left. I have not, I would say, not used the called for colors because we each picked our own colors. I know that this one here in the middle, this Hannah, is Farmhouse Flossies. Isn't that yellow variegation? Isn't that awesome? But I have lots of fabric left on that roll, so there'll be another project done with this. I just don't know what. When it's all done, I will cut it and serge it and get it framed. And I'm going to put, I started out putting my name on the bottom. I was going to put the name, but then as I stitched, I realized not everybody had the same amount of space. So I'm going to go when it's all said and done, and I'm going to back stitch our names across on the top. So I really like how that turned out. Is turning out. I'm excited. I'm excited about it. And I do leave it on my Omnic frame. I just loosen the sides so there's not tension on it. Okay. And that's been so much fun. Waiting to see whose colors are what, and it's just been a lot of fun. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to pull out ones that I need to do. This one, it's not done yet. It's my Dreaming of Sal, and I haven't even started it, so we're not going to talk about that. I worked on Baby Yoda this month. I only did 3,711 stitches, so it's not a lot. Let me get a board for back here behind it. Sorry, I'm making noises, I'm sure. So if you're not familiar with the Baby Yoda, this is what it looks like. It was an Etsy pattern that I purchased because of Colleen with Grace Notes Fabrics. She was showing it, and then I saw it, and Samantha really has always been like a Yoda. We kind of tease her and her sister that she's more of a Yoda. She's got all the calm, you know, extra brain power going on. And so she decided if I was going to stitch Rosie the Riveter for Rachel, I needed to stitch this for her. So I haven't 3,711 stitches, and that's as far as I've gotten. And this is the first time I've worked on this year. So you can see from the pattern, I've started up here. I'm working my way across. So I'm right here. This is, sorry, let me see. This is the edge of the fabric. So I don't have much to go to get to the other side, and then I'll start working down. This is called the Royal Row method. A lot of people are talking about. You work your way across the top, and then you park underneath, and then you start working your way down. So there's Baby Yoda. And this is on my Q-Snap with a Grime Guard, Garon Toten Bags Grime Guard that I purchased. And you'll see, I'm going to show you, it's on my Q-Snap, but the edges are not on my Q-Snap. So I kind of used it similar that you would use a scroll rod because I needed something that size, but it will come off of this whenever I go to put it away. I'm surprised I didn't take it off already. So it will come off of there until the next time I work on it. All right. So that is Baby Yoda. I usually have somebody here to help me with all these, moving them from one side to the other side. So I hope you forgive me. Next up, I had a new start this month, and hopefully mostly a finish, but a new start, kind of. I've worked on these before. This is the Work Basket Maritime Quakers. You remember I did the mermaid. Well, I decided to start the whale. So I'm doing the whale with a Farmhouse flossy color called Deep Waters. This is the floss and what it looks like. They are hand-dyed cotton flosses that she makes, and she has a Facebook group, and that's where she sells them, is through Facebook. She has set up at a couple of the retreats that I've been to and has sold at the retreats. So this is Farmhouse Flossies. Now, this, sorry, I probably should have taken this one off the Q-Snap too. I didn't even loosen it up. I must have really thought I was going to get right back on this one because the needle's still on my thread. I don't think I was done with this one. This one may become an October finish. I'm going to work on it, but check that out. So this is, what is the fabric I put this on? I think it's a Picture This Plus. I'm pretty sure it's a Picture This Plus, like skies or something like that. I got it at StitchCon when I was there, and it is the matching piece to the mermaid. So it's going to be longer than it is wide. So we're almost at the bottom here. So then it's just filling in the rest in the tail. Easy stitch. I am doing it over 2 and I'm loving that variegation. So Farmhouse Flossies, Deep Waters. Great variegation. Okay. And honestly, honest to Pete, I'm telling you, that was a whip I was not intending to be done with yet. So I am probably going to put that back in my October get her done bin after the video, because I think I can. It doesn't have much to finish. So it'll probably be the last one that I work on in the month. But that'll give me another medium finish off my whip list. It'll open up a medium slot for me. Okay. Finishes. Let's talk finishes. I think, let's see. Oh, another whip. Stargazer. I did 9,808 stitches on Stargazer. I'm so tickled. I left this out on my floor stand, and so when I didn't have anything else to work on, I pulled this over to my stitchy chair and just stitched. And I really enjoy stitching it. I'm hoping you guys are enjoying watching it grow. I decided it was time. So this, I got to come back a little bit, is both corners up at the top. I went all the way across, as you can see, using that royal row method somewhat. I kind of am improvising as I go along, and you can see I had been doing pages and stair stepping. Now I am trying to work these all across, and then I'll come down here and I'll work that all across and just kind of fill in so that I can roll it down and keep going. So you can see the car, I think what is called the little carbuncle things. It's holding a light here. You can see Taurus, the constellation here, I believe is going to be Gemini. It looks like 2 faces when they're done looking at each other. So I think that's a Gemini. It's just, this has been a lot of fun. This is a limited edition. It's a Heaven and Earth design. It was a limited edition, and as far as I'm aware, you can't, it's not out for release to anybody. That's, if you didn't get it, you didn't get it. But I do like stitching on it. And this is the one that my husband likes the most and is wanting me to finish for him because he calls it the Tenter Dude. So it will see more love. I don't know that it's going to see more love this year because I really want to try and finish some things. But it will definitely be a focus for me for next year. So I'm going to set that back here. I really like that one. That one's been a lot of fun. I think that's all the whips that are still left. So let's talk about finishes. Now, I did my Dreaming of sale, and unfortunately I mailed that off already. So if I still can find the picture of my finished motif, I will put it in here. It was Hannah's piece, and I sent that off to the next person, so I don't have it anymore. I did 456 stitches on that. I did have a finish. So the first finish I had at Retreat, Waxing Moon Designs, and this is my working copy. Welcome to the Nut House. I did random colors. I changed things up because of the fabric I picked. And still, when I thought I was doing good, I still would say that I didn't do as good as I thought I did because I still feel like things are blending in. So, but I'm not spending any more time on it. So here is Welcome to the Nut House. And I probably could backstitch a little bit in here. And maybe the tail in the house just is not showing up on this fabric like I thought it would. And I didn't want to redo anything. But it is cute. I don't know that I will fully finish it, but it's stitched. So that's Waxing Moon Designs, Welcome to the Nut House. If I was to do anything, I would change the color of the tail and I would change the color of the house because it gets lost on my fabric. It'd be cute on blue fabric though. If I'd have picked blue, it'd have been cute. I tend to look at my stash when I pick fabric and see where it will fit. So there's plenty of space. I can make a little pillow. I don't know. But it's done. It's a finish. Oh, ring my bell. See? Finish that one. All right, then, so that opens up a small spot on my list of whips. I'm moving it around, not really making any progress here. Okay, so that was a finish. Then I had another finish, and it is just another Button Company teacups. As you know, I'm doing the full set, and I've been working on these for a while. I have finished, this would be September's teacup with the buttons from just another Button Company, and I like how it turned out. I was really iffy. I was like, trust the process, trust the process, trust the process. This is the called for fabric, called for floss. When I was stitching it, I was really concerned about the actual cup standing out, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay. So that is a finish. I still have, I think that's 7 of those done. So I still have many others. Look, I have them all packaged up with floss, how I purchased them. So I'll pull out one to start for next year. Maybe I'll get the rest of them finished. They are really cute. If you're not familiar with them, just another Button Company. I've done this one, and this one. Still have these 2, and I believe, yep, there's 12 of them. So I have other ones in here, but they're not, these are just printed. There's that one. I think I finished that one too. And then here's, you've got, these are little teacups. These are one of the earlier ones that I started doing. So, and I have the stuff to do the full finish. I got a window frame that has like 6 slots, and these fit perfectly in them, and I have a set of 2, so I could do all 12 months. So I'm kind of excited to get them done. Now I'm to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm ready to move on. It's time to get these done. So, and got these great new tags that my sister made. Check those out. So this is tags that my sister made, and they come with, she got these little, they're slidable with paper that goes inside these clear plastic sleeve. I put them on the zippers with just a safety pin, but it has project name, when I started it, who the designer was, what's the fabric, am I doing, who was the fabric dyer, am I stitching 1/1, 1/2, 2/2, and a little area on the back for notes. And I thought that's pretty cool, and she gave me a bunch of those, and I went through all my whips and have them all set up for the most part. I might have a couple stragglers that I missed, but I think for the most part I got them done. All right, my next finish is from Madam Ice, and she has an ornament collection. There's 4 in her ornament collection, and I have all 4. I've stitched 3 of the 4, and because one was a previous finish, the other 2 are new finishes, so I'm just going to show them all to you. This is on an opalescent fabric, and I could not begin to tell you. It was a scrap fabric that I thought worked, so there's that. And it's on my roller frame rods, but check this out. All right, so this was last year's finish. I left them on my scroll rods, and I thought I can do across here. So now I got the reindeer friends, and with the little cardinal. And then and I finished this one last month. I finished Santa this month in October. So this is Santa's snack. I used my own color conversions. Nothing wrong with Madam Ice's colors. They were great, but I was trying to get more variegation, and I used Farmhouse Flossies for Santa's coat and hat called Bloody Gorgeous. And look at the variegation from that. And I wanted to have some movement. Now, the original pattern does have snowflakes stitched around each of these characters, but I have some small snowflake buttons that I'm going to use instead, and just put a couple of different snowflake buttons in my finishing, and I will be making these into ornaments. now that I'm showing to you, I'm going to roll these down and I'm going to start another row of 3, and I'm just going to keep using this fabric for the Christmas ornaments because I really think it works well. And when it's done, I will cut them all apart and I will put them and have an ornament finishing party. So there's my other finishes. I thought that was pretty good finishes for the year. Anyways, I've had 12 finishes total this year so far. That's counting all these. And I anticipate a few more before the year is out. So, okay. I think, nope, I got one more. Oh, and that is actually, it's Picture This Plus Crystal Felix 32 count fabric. So, because I had this in my, this is Madame Ice. And here, I don't know if you can see them. There's 3 little snowflakes for that specific one that I'm just going to put around. And I have more of these I've been able to locate, and I'll use them on the other ones. So you can see those little snowflakes. But, yep, that's Crystal Felix 32 count from Picture This Plus is what I stitched that on. And Walrus is Sweet Tooth. That's Sweet Teeth from Madame Ice, and I found them on Etsy. I'm sure she's still there. I haven't seen her for a while, but I'm pretty sure she's still there. Okay, and my last finish is Stitching Book Club Sapphire Mountains Christmas Carol. So this is what it's supposed to look like when it's finished. And I made some artistic changes. Okay, so I stitched 1/1 on a 25 count random scrap of fabric that I had no idea what I was doing. I'll be quite honest. I mean, random scrap of fabric, all this for that. So I stitched 1/1. I did not, it can go either any way you want it to go. I do have some, what do they call those, lazy daisies, whatever they're called, French knots, sorry, French knots. Some red French knots. There is words that goes around it that's supposed to say, I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. And that's what goes around in this inner border. But I've decided not to use that in the inner border. And instead, I may wait. I'm going to turn it into an ornament. And I may wait until I fully finish it. It might become a trade where I can put, like, for example, StitchCon 2022. If I was going to go to a retreat and they were going to have a smalls exchange. So it may have, like, the name of the retreat and finish it that way. So, but it is a nice small. And 1/1 is not fun all the time. I've realized. But it was a fun stitch. It wasn't a bad stitch. So, and it's a finish. And it was one of the ones I didn't have on my list. And I came across it when I was cleaning out my whips and organizing stuff. Okay. I think that's all the whips. But boy, do I have lots of haul. So, sit back, get yourself something to drink. Speaking of which, my drink. This is part of my haul. Nightmare Before Christmas. We have Jack and Sally, and, and it says Nightmare Cake Pop Company. And my niece actually made this and she has many, many patterns. And her shop is called Bendel's Boutiques. And I'm going to put her card up here so you can freeze it. I will put her link in the comments below, but you can freeze it because my hands are shaking all over the place, and check her out. She's got all kinds of little items and boutique items, and I've ordered. It's really cool because her and Farmhouse Flossies have come together with Grace Notes Fabrics, and they are doing, for the month of October, breast cancer awareness fundraising. So they have items that's like fabric and floss, specific fabric, and cups that are designed for breast cancer awareness, and part of their proceeds is going to that organization. So, and they've come together to do that as a collaboration. That was the word I was looking for. So that, support them, all three of them. They're doing great and wonderful things, and I think it's really cool. So, Nightmare. I like Jack and Sally. So, I like the artwork. Let's talk haul. So, while I'm at this retreat, I met a person who does bags. Well, I heard about her while I was at a retreat, and then I looked her up. So her name is Tiffany Robich. She is from Black Cat Stitchery. And I'm going to put her information up here as well. I ordered some bags from her, and I love them. So this bag is, I've already started using them, but this is the Christmas, Merry Christmas. It's got the trucks and the deer. Love it. They are vinyl front. I got the plaid, and she has a little black cat zipper pull. Check that out. And she has her Black Cat Stitchery, cross stitchery right here. And love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So much so that while I was at the Stitching in the Berg retreat, I got another one, which is the Teresa Kogut Witch fabric. Look, I've already got my tag on here. My tag says that I have a heaven and earth design in here called Rise of the Witches. How appropriate. So it's on 25 count. It's already in the bag. It's in the bag. But I haven't, I'm just taking it out so you can see the inside. It's pretty black. Love this fabric. And look, my Rise of the Witches. It's a long one, but it's housed there. You know, I've restarted this one a couple different times. So now it has a new home in my bag, and I am loving it. And I love that I can put this in my bins, and I know exactly what's in the bag by my labels. So I love those two, and I got to thank my sister for that. All right, so that can go into my whips. Then I have another bag that I ordered from her website. And I'm sorry, I keep taking stuff out because I made a home for them already. So I'm taking stuff out so that you can see what all I got. So, all right. So first of all, this bag is Save the Day. It has a needle ort and needles on here from Black Cat Stitchery and Save the Day, because, you know. And that came in the Wonder Woman bag. I got it as a set, along with some floss drops that she put in as well, which, you know, I like me some floss drops. So, oops, I just dropped the floss drops. I'll have to pick that up later. And her card, again, I will put her links below. But what has already moved into this bag is, and look, I've got a tag to kind of give you a hint right here. Gecko Rouge, Rosie the Riveter. And I put who the designer was, which is Sarah Bowersock. It's on 25 count. I'm stitching it 1/1. There's notes on the back. And if you forgot what that project was, this is Rosie the Riveter. And I thought women of power should stick together. So I have my paper pattern in here. Because when I was organized, I was like, I'm putting this in there now. And Gecko Rouge comes with their floss on cards already. So it makes it very beneficial for me to have that floss for my leftover flosses if I need it. And this was, I've got a long ways to go, but it's not a big pack. Well, I was going to have it done before she got back from Egypt, and that did not happen. So I just timed out on my timer. So let me put this and slide this down in here and zipper it up. So that can go into my whips. Okay. And not to be undone, I ordered some things from her as well. And I did not put projects in here yet, but I have projects ready to go in here. I'm awful. Okay. So I ordered, isn't this fabric, like, I love it. All right. So I ordered this one, and I think I paid for it and I had it two days later. So it was super fast. She has an Etsy shop, so I also got the needle orts that matches the for your floss catcher. That's what I'll call that, a floss catcher. I think she had tea in here as well, but Samantha snagged up the tea. But look at the fabric, like, y'all want to see the inside. Look at Land of the Free. How could I not get this? So, love it. So I got that one because, that's me. So that will have a patriotic start in it, and I already know which one I want to put in it. I just need to get it together. So there's that. And then she was doing a November, and I don't know that these are still available. So it kind of came together as a kit, and here's the bag. So it's trucks and buildings and falls, and go figure, called Hello Fall. And there's a pattern. This pattern is in it. It comes with your floss drops. There is a needle minder down here. This is a cloth needle minder, which is really cool. It's a cloth one, and I think it's the same building. Looks like the same building as that one. And they're made into little cloth needle minders. And a lot more floss drops, fall colors with mine had an orange ring. I don't know that they all had an orange ring. And I'm kind of taking this out as I go because look at the pumpkin. Ah, love it. Love it. So, I can't start the things, but I did keep it together so that I can start the things. And there you can see that there's the whip, and it's finished. And it's not a big stitch, so I think it'd be really fairly simple to stitch. I gotta have the resources to want to start all the things. I don't have the spots yet. Okay. So those are my bags from Black Cat Stitchery that I've gotten so far. And I'm looking down here because I see a Stitchy Kindness from somebody that brought me this from work. And it is, I'm counting. So this was a gift from one of my coworkers who went to a quilting event down in Pittsburgh, and she saw this and she immediately thought of me. So she got that for me, and I thought that was so super nice of her. And she's my newest enabled to learn cross stitch. So I'm teaching her how to cross stitch. And I count. A lot of times people ask, how do you count? Why do you count? I like the numbers to know if I'm reaching goals. I like the numbers to know how much progress I'm doing, because I do big projects. So it's hard to see progress when you're not finishing all the time. And when I finish smalls, sure, I know I'm progressing because I'm finishing them, but bigger projects you don't really know, and so it just reassures me that I'm doing something. And sometimes I get in a competition with myself to see if I can stitch more this Saturday than I did last Saturday, or I tell my husband, it's your fault that I only got this many stitches because you had me running all over town. So it's fun. And if I'm doing a project that has Pattern Keeper counts for me. If I'm doing a paper project, I highlight and I count as I highlight, and I keep a tally. So I know I'm quirky that way. All right, so let's talk more haul because I'm not done. I want to show you my fabric of the month. my package from Grace Notes Fabrics. This month we got a Beeswax Bliss. It's to strengthen threads, smooth floss, reduces tangles, and it's 100% beeswax made in small batches. I also got my Nutcracker Village. I'm planning on stitching my I've been collecting these. My plan is to stitch these and kind of into ornaments for next year. If I do it on a small enough fabric, which I think I could do them over 25 count 1/1, and it would be small, plenty small enough, because I want to make them into different ornaments for on the Christmas tree. That's what I'm thinking. We'll see. So I have 25 count Lugana Cafe au lait. Look at this. I did change mine up for next month, so you'll see some Jobelin and some bigger counts than 25 count, because I'm getting a bunch of 25 count. I've been doing 25 count most of the year, so I'm ready to move to a different size that I don't have much in my stash. I like having fabric in my stash because I don't have a local shop that I can just go and buy what I want when I want it. And having it in my stash allows me to kit up things and start things when I'm ready or when the mood strikes. I really like that one. And then the other one is called Accent, and it's 25 count, and it's kind of these colors are pretty true. So this is Accent. It's kind of a peachy color. 25 count. They're pretty true to color. Kind of more of an orangish, peachish. So if you're into the fabric, check out Grace Notes Fabrics. Let's see. There you go. Check out Grace Notes Fabrics because they do a phenomenal job. They are on Facebook, but they also have a website. So you can order, and you do not wait months and months and months to get your fabric when you order it. One, either she's already got it dyed sometimes, or it goes into the very next dye lot. She does not wait till she has 20 that want blue jean dye. Like, she will put it in her next lot, and they will dye it with the next month's batch, and you get it. So their shipping is phenomenal. Their turnaround time is phenomenal. Okay. When I was at retreat, I went a little overboard, just by a little bit. So I got a couple of things because I'm planning on starting Brooks Books Alice in Wonderland. I've got it all kitted up. It's all ready to go. I just need to have a spot to start it or wait until next year. So I had to get the scissor fob. That's not a good. Let me see if I can. Okay, so I had to get this scissor fob because it's got Alice in Wonderland. It's got the teapot. It has this little thing down here. Look at the little jar. I had to get it. Had to. So, I got that scissor fob. Not to be outdone. And I don't know why. It's not like I have my scissors with every project. But I just liked it. That's why. Because I liked it. And I wanted it. I also got a needle minder. Because, you know, I have an addiction problem, I think. And this says, this needle minder says Wonderland. And it has the rabbit and the teacups and the hat and hearts and, you know. So it is definitely meant to, there's little cards right here with the heart. So it definitely is meant to be for my Alice in Wonderland project. So I'm excited about that, and that's exactly where that's going to go. I mean, I'm ready. It's kitted. It's ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. All right. So there's that. Okay, more fabric. So while we were there, of course she brought fabric, because why wouldn't she bring fabric? And I went a little bit, I might have been a little bit intense, maybe. So I got 32 count Michael. Look at that. Oh, look at that. That is true to color. And I tell you that because I want you to know this lusciousness is true. Like true, true, true. So this is called Michael. Okay? And I'm going to kind of go through quickly. So if you see it and you want it, you better speak up. Go get it. This is Evan. This is a 28 count. I got a fat half of this. because I thought it was a good gray. So I did get a fat half. I'm sure I had a plan in mind when I picked it up because I was getting all the fabric. This is a 28 count. I don't have much 28 count, and I thought this made a really good neutral gray color. So, and that is a Lugana. I do like Lugana. Then, I got the fabric Sally. This is a linen. It is a 28 count linen. And I don't usually get linen, but somebody said, give it a try, Hannah Dowling. And I'm going to do the Nightmare Before Christmas salve that's went on, I think it was last year. But that's what I'm going to use this for. And I can't remember the group that is. They've already done it because everybody's got theirs done. I'm going to start it because that's what I do after the fact. Then there's this called Belle. And I'm going to do, this is a Lugana as well, 28 count Lugana. And I'm going to use this for a whip that's coming out, I believe, in January. Tale of Time, a stitch along. So I'm going to do, and because I've learned, I get fabric with projects in mind, and then when I go to pull the fabric, I forgot what project I had in mind for it. So I started writing it on the tag. So this is for Tale of Time. This is for Nightmare Before Christmas. I have the pattern for the Nightmare Before Christmas. I just haven't started it yet. This one is a 28 count Lugana called Kenneth. Look at that's a nice neutral. Nice neutral. And it's so nice to stitch on her fabric. She is by far my favorite dyer. The next one is called Allen, and it is a 32 count linen. And my plan for this one is to restart my Nora Corbett Miss Ladybug that I had previously started and have since adopted out because I didn't like the floss. So I sent the floss, the fabric, everything off to Colleen, who is working on that project. So I'm going to be using part of this. It won't take all of this. For Nora Corbett's Miss Ladybug, I'm going to restart that. And that's a linen. Then I have Ariel that I got to do Little Mermaid on, which I think is one of the salves also coming out from, I think it's Storytime Stitches. I might be wrong. But I got another piece of accent, and this is in a 32 count. So you can see there's consistency. This is a 32, and I think they're both Lugana. They're just different counts. Yeah, they're both Lugana. They're just in different counts. So I have a piece that is 25 count for my fabric of the month, and then I picked up this piece, which was a 28 count. Then I've got Butterfly Tea, 32 count. It's a nice neutral. Not heavy on the variegate, like the modeling on this, but definitely a nice neutral. And a matter of fact, I have a piece of this Butterfly Tea that was a 25 count that I'm doing my Jack and Sally on. That's already on the scroll rods. I'm just waiting to start it. But I took out, it was a Tilton Crafts pattern, and the whole background was 3865, and I decided I'm not going to put all those white stitches in on white fabric. So I instead got the fabric I liked and pulled the colors, and I'm going to stitch actually Jack and Sally and not do any of the background. So I took my pattern keeper and I marked off all the background stitches, and I'm already 48% done, and I haven't put in a single stitch. So I figured that works. Let's see, this is Passion, 32 count Lugana. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Love that. Okay. So that's my fabric haul, I think. I know, it's a lot. I'm okay with it. I knew it was going to be a lot, but that's okay. I'm not doing retreats or shopping or anything for a while. And what I don't use may become a giveaway, but I'm going to use it. I also, while I was away at retreat, I received a package in the mail. And so I wanted to tell you about it. It is from the Stitching Den. And I've talked about her. She gave us some gift cards for my travel, No New Starts travel group. And I just got her newsletter that she's actually closing and retiring. And there is negotiations, but nothing signed yet for another, somebody might take it over. I don't know. But for now, she has yarn and fabrics and stuff, but she also has some cross stitch that was specific to her. And one of them is this Designer Fireside Originals. I like this. I don't like this photo, but I liked it. See the little bird in the window? I liked the overall thought behind it. I just don't like that photo. I did have them send the floss, called for floss, and I will probably stitch it, but not on brown. And I will stitch it on something. Probably blue, I'm thinking. Also got another Fireside Original that I liked, which is called Mountain Bluebird. Sorry. Need another drink. And for me, I hate kitting up. I just hate it. So I said, just send me the floss. So she did. I know. I could have easily done it, gone out and gotten it, but it's just easier. So I'll pick out a nice fabric and I'll put Mountain Bluebird on it. Then I like this. I didn't realize came as a kit, but it does. And this is called, it's a Posy Collection, Rocky Mountain Wildlife. It has a moose, a black bear, and an elk. So it is, I really wanted it because of the moose. We have elk and black bear in Pennsylvania, but I don't know. I like mooses. And it comes with the floss, and it has Ada fabric, which I won't use. So I will probably look at pulling out a different fabric for it, but I do like. So there's that. So those came in the mail. While I was at retreat, one of them I picked up from the freebie table, a couple of things. One of them is Moose Welcome. And this is Diane, is it Arthurs? Yeah, designed by Diane Arthurs. And I like that. That goes with my motif, so I will definitely be stitching that in the coming year. That's one of the ones I want to start. I picked up Honor Harrison. This was on the freebie table. I just thought it was interesting. I don't know if I'll stitch it. It might become a giveaway. I can't read what it says. But Honor Harrison, 1835. It might become a giveaway for our channel. That's kind of what I was thinking. Then I picked up Mini Blocks ABC Christmas by Heinzit. I thought that was cool. I liked it, so I decided to get it. It was free on the freebie table. Somebody was giving it away. And then they had Cedar Hill Country, and I don't know. I like these kind of things. You know what I'm talking about. Like the trees here, the patterns. I mean, this is definitely a well used pattern. It looks like quilt blocks to me. I think that's what I'm trying to say. And I thought it would make neat little, just little, like I don't have to put all four together, but maybe I'll just make little things that would make like a little something for, if I do it in Christmas colors. I mean, definitely would need a color upgrade, but I don't know. It called to me. I got it. Okay. The other thing I got in retreat, there was a bag. It says, with a frog on it. And forgive me, because it's going to become a hot mess. Because I was just kind of grabbing stuff and putting them in the bag when we were leaving. And okay. there was a little frog. This was the one that was at the church in Indiana that I talked about that my sister did. So I'm going to try and see if I can hold this up here. Can you see this little frog? I'm going to try and... It is, to give you an idea, I don't want to break it. It's a glass frog. Look at this frog. And she had all kinds of different characters for different people. Oop. I don't know what I'm going to do with this little frog, but I'm hoping I don't break it. But it's, maybe it'll sit on my bell. Okay. So there was that. I got some floss drops that was given to me by Colleen and Corinne. I'm trying to merge them both their names together now. And it's got a little... So here's the drops, and it has a rose and a little blue stone, and it says kindness. It says kindness, and I thought that was cool. And a little, not little, but a big clasp. All right, and then I hit the Farmhouse Flossies hard because, well, for whatever reason, I had something in my mind I was making, because I have all kinds of this purple. I don't know what I was doing with all this purple, but I had a plan. When I say purple, all of these are called gradient purple, and I'm going to guess, because they are 10-yard skeins. All of her floss is 10-yard. Well, she does 10, and she does, I think, 20 or 50 and 100-yard hanks. So it's whatever you want. But I'm thinking I got this for probably a long dog I was going to do. Probably saw somebody's, but ask me now what? I don't remember. I got a couple of fresh honey. This is what I used for Hannah Dowling's dress. I really liked it. It's got some great variegation in it. I got another skein of the Bloody Gorgeous. I got some jadeite that I thought was an interesting color. And this one doesn't have a name, but she told me. I don't remember what it was. It's one of her earlier ones. So, yep, I hit up the Farmhouse Flossie selection. Okay. Are you done with haul stuff yet? My niece got me a frog birdhouse, which I'll probably hang up back here on the wall. Thought that was cute. And the reason why I'm showing you these things is because I think she made these. So I want you to see what you can, and I put them back in the box. I wanted you to see what you could also get made. So this one says, she got this from your work. I survived another meeting that should have been an email. I love it. And I'm going to take that to work. I got to leave that out of the box now that it's made at home. Once it makes it home, it can come out of the box, right? Then I have, let's see, put that over there. This is one that she made. It's a coffee cup, and it says grateful. So, and she has little care instructions. So that's from Bendel's Boutique. She's on Facebook. She's out of Pennsylvania. There was a lot of giveaways happening too. So, like random things. She had, my sister had a list of things that happen at retreat. And so periodically, like the last person out of bed one day, whoever was the last, and we don't know any of this stuff. Only she knows. So here comes Colleen dragging herself out of bed. She was the last one up. She opens up the door to the craft room, and my sister says, well, go get a prize. You were the last one up. So it was stuff like that that you just don't know. what she's looking for. And then all of a sudden she's like, hey, go get a prize. And they were all in like little paper bags. Some of it was cross stitch related. Some of it was not cross stitch related, like candies from the dollar store. So it was cool. And you didn't know what you were going to get. Ooh. Happy finishes, everybody. I like this one. My niece made this one. It says peace, love, and nightmare. And so, I don't know if you can see, there's your peace, there's your love, and there's Jack and Sally. So, I like it. So, that is a cup that, coffee cup, plain on one side. That was on the other. Thought that was really cool. And I'm sorry if I'm crinkling. I'm really not trying to. This is Farm Fresh. It's a kit that will go into prizes because she did give me some stuff to put into prizes. All right. And we're getting in the home stretch. I got this bag. Okay. So in here, who knows what we'll find. Okay, so there's like a bag. And in the bag was a magnet. It says morning sunshine. It has a little light, some highlighters, pencils, pens. You can never have enough of those. Little ponytail holder. So that's a cute little bag. And I think it kind of looks like you could cross stitch that. I don't know if you can, but it does kind of look that way. So that was stuff that she gave us. It's a pencil pouch, but you know, stitchers, we don't use it for that. Then I got stuff magnetized. Okay, so there's a lady that does wood cutouts. And so she made all these wooden floss drops. There's from the letters A through J. I said, well, I need the whole alphabet. So I'm going to have to go back to the woman that made these and get the whole alphabet. But they're wood. And it says, Hemmed in Retreat, Making Memories One Stitch at a Time, 2022. It has a picture of the church. And it was, there's a snowman engraved. There's an umbrella. There's a minion. So some of these things were things that were related to people. My sister collects minions. So, you know, that was her. There was gnomes. Hannah and I both collect gnomes. There's Princess for Cinderella, for Corinne, because she likes her princesses. There's a peacock for Colleen, because she's all about her peacocks and all the blues. I know the frog was meant for me because I also collect frogs. And then there's owls here for my niece. She collects owls. So it's fun, and that's pretty cool. So I'm going to get some more of these made. And the reason why she put the alphabet, and I thought this was ingenious, is because when you're doing a project list and you have your floss colors, you can put A, B, C, D beside your floss color, and then you know on A is this, on B is this. Instead of having to put stickers or worry about how are you going to mark them, you don't have to. You just mark your floss list and you know what you're doing on your pattern. I thought that was an ingenious idea. The other thing that's in here, there's a faith token she gave each of us. I got a frog corner gauge. How cute is that, right? I hadn't looked at this stuff since the beginning of September when we had our retreat. There is like, I'm just going to show you because you guys, these are magnets that go like help to control your fabric. She has all of those things that I showed you in floss drops. She had made into needle minders as well. And the place that does this is that Etch in Time. I've talked about them before. They do laser engraving. Here, I'm going to pull out this because her card is on the back. Etchintime.com. If you're interested, you want to see what they have. They are based out of Clarion, Pennsylvania, which is local for me. It's where I grew up at. The owner's name is Chris Schultz, and they do wood, glass, metal, granite, marble, and more. And it's etchintime.com, and their phone number is on there too. So I will try remember to put their link in the description box below. But she put all these bags in here with all these different needle minders. I'm loving it, and I kind of feel guilty that I have all these needle minders, but not so guilty that I want to give any of them away because they're memories. So that's what all of these are. And she put them on little floss drops, and she put them in little baggies. Like my sister's got the biggest giving heart. My dad used to say, put me on one end of the spectrum and put her on the other end of the spectrum, and if we just smashed together, we'd be the perfect woman. Apparently, I'm the cranky mean one, and she's the nice and giving one. So there's the frog and the umbrella. I just thought that was cool. And then there's a little, and I know I was showing you that through these little baggies, but here's two little like zipper pulls. That's not helping you, is it? I'm going to make it a zipper pull, whether it is or not. It's a gnome. One's a gnome and a camper. If I can get it. There you go. So you got a gnome and there's a camper. And I'm going to be putting that on a zipper bag for a zipper pull. She was very, very giving. Everybody was. I mean, it wasn't just one person. It was everybody. She found these. They're very, these are all gnome inspired cards. So you could put with your projects. I'm not sure about all of this that I'm a fan of, all this ribbony stuff on the top. You know, this stuff I'm not a big fan of, but I do like the cards. So, this looks, Jamie, I know you hear me. You know what's going on in my brain right now. Whenever these get all out of discombobulated, they need to be nice and neat. And if they get discombobulated, I get a little bit like my ADHD comes in and says, what are you doing? I don't have ADHD. I shouldn't say that, but I do like some things in some general order. And she got some Halloween ones, and I think she ordered these. I think I asked her and she ordered these, and she said, I don't know, I just thought they would make neat cards. And you know, they do. They're neat cards. I don't know. Maybe there'll be maybe I'll put notes on them and send them out to my friends and just say, hey, thinking of you. I don't know. They're cute. I just don't know about I'm getting thrown off by the extra bling here on the corners. So tell me, have you seen something like that before? Tell me in the description box below, and what are your thoughts on this extra on the top? Like, would that bother you? Maybe it's just me. All right. Then what Sherry did, because that's Sherry, that's what she does, is she reached out to Grace Notes Fabrics and said, I'd like to have a fabric made for our retreat so everybody has the same fabric. And so that's what we got. We got 2 Farmhouse Flossies. One's called Daydreamer, and I'm not sure this one, the name of it, but this is called Daydreamer. It's an exclusive that is just for that retreat. And the fabric is, it's an 18 count Aida named Sherry. And look at, and you know, I don't typically stitch on Aida, but I'm going to try this Aida out because that's pretty. I just got to figure out what I'm going to put on it, but I kind of think I might have an idea. So there you go. This is a fat quarter Aida, and it's soft. It's not your typical Aida that you have like stiff and hard as a board. So this is not your typical Ada. So if you're an Ada stitcher, try out Grace Notes Fabrics. This is nice. Nice. And you can see it's got good modeling, everything. Loving it. Loving it. All right. And then I got a towel with woodsy pattern. Somebody crocheted the top. I always say I'd like to learn how to do that. I just never did it. There is a Be Thankful. And like I said, this is now sorry, I keep hitting that bell. Some magnetic bookmarks. This is really, at this point, it's just everything got put into a bag. So I'm not sure entirely 100% who gave what. So it could have come from my niece. It could have come from my sister. This says Love This Life, and it's got some plain yellow papers on the inside for notes. And could never have too many notebooks. And here's a notebook that says Be Kind. Lined paper, because, you know, you can't have too many notebooks. At least not in my work. I might need that reminder to be kind. All right, I'm really hitting you with a lot of stuff, and I did not expect this video to be this long. I won this prize. There's stuff in it, but I'm not going to bore you with all this stuff, but it has, I got some earrings. I was kind of trying to combine stuff, some earrings. Really pretty. I haven't worn earrings in so long because I happened to wear the mask. I kept pulling them out of my ear, so I quit doing that. Some lip chapstick and a pen and little note cards. Grateful and thankful. So that's kind of cool. So I'm looking. I think that's everything. I hope I haven't left anyone out, and if I did, I apologize. Hopefully, those of you that have shops, I've done you a good service of sharing what you are able to make. Those producers that are out there, if it wasn't for them, we would not have the stuff we have to do all the pretty things that we make and stitch every day. I can tell you the No New Starts road trip will be opening up soon. Probably November-ish time frame for new members. And the main challenge group will be opening up for new members as well. So there'll be some new things happening here soon. I'll put that out there. And I think that's it. So if you stuck out with me, thank you very much. Come check out my October wrap-up video where I'll show you all of my finishes that I've gotten so far for the Knocktober. And hopefully some big progress on some whips that you haven't seen, because I'm going to try and touch. I made a list of my whips I haven't touched yet. There's 32 of them out there I haven't touched yet. So I'm going to be working on those over the next couple of months to make sure I touch everything this year and get it finished. We're going to try and finish some stuff so I don't carry it into next year. All right. With that being said, I'm going to say farewell. Stitch what you want to stitch and start what you want to start, and have a wonderful time. And by the way, our No New Starts game, travel game, and the main group game, if I haven't told you already, will have a name change. And you will be able to start the thing. So if that's something that you want to do, and you just want to be part of the community that's out there, you can start all the things if you want to. Or you can not start anything if you want to. We will be changing our name. And our new name, I believe, has already been put out there. I'm not 100% sure. But in case it hasn't, I'm not going to say it yet, but I will tell you at the end of the month when we have our wrap-up video what our new name will be, and hopefully we will see you there, and you will have fun and meet new people and enjoy all the things stitching. Bye, everybody.